Mesdames, Mesdemoiselles et Messieurs, bonjour et puis bonsoir. Depuis où est moun ça, émission ça, vous connaissez face à face. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight is face to face. It's a great opportunity we have with us in our studio. A great personality, someone that we did everything we could to have him because it looks like Philadelphia found someone that will really help. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the opportunity to have with me Mr. Drew Murray. Mr. Drew Murray grew up in the Philadelphia area, suburb Philadelphia, and he went to St. Joe's Prep for 7, where he spent some time there and get his bachelor degree of art. Also, in 2011, he gets a master's degree in business administration. Drew is a Philadelphia native. In 2004, he moved to the Logan section, Square, where he became, oh my God, that guy did a lot in this area. In 2004, he moved to the Logan Square, and he became board member of the Logan Square Neighborhood Association. And as he was there, he served as president of the Friends of Cox Park. In 2019, he served as president of the Logan Square Neighborhood Association. Well, so this is a guy with a lot of experience. Drew served as chairman to the Philadelphia Crosstown Coalition, board member of the Center City District, and also he is on finance city of the Cathedral Basilica of Peter and Paul. Also, he's the leader of the Philadelphia 15 wards, and more and more and more and more. So this is a guy with a lot of experience. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not gonna take long to introduce to you the great man, Mr. Drew. So, Mr. Drew, this is a great opportunity. Here at Tele Lamour, we have you in the Haitian community. Donc, zami, nous gagnons avec nous un grand nèg. Monsieur gon bachelor degree dans art, li gagne un master degree en administration et business administration, li move dans zone Philadelphia côté que l'a servi et li servi comme président, li servi comme board member dans différents aspects. Donc, tonight, Drew, the community is already excited.
Thank you.
Due to your background, okay? As Haitian, we believe in, we believe in that. And also, we know that we have the opportunity to get you through Deacon Ed, who is a great guy in our community, a great leader. So tell the public anything that I didn't say. Introduce yourself to my community.
Sure. No, thank you. First, thank you so much for having me. Thank you, Deacon Ed, for making this connection. You did a great job. I think you said my entire bio and my background. I've lived in Logan Square since 2004. I have a wife and I have 2 daughters.
Okay.
So that would be one thing I
yes,
had.
yes.
I'm a family man, a wife and 2 daughters. And when I went to St. Joe's Prep, one of the reasons I am so involved in my community, if you go to a school like St. Joe's Prep, a Jesuit high school, They
Yes,
teach
yes.
you to live your life as a man
Okay.
or a woman for others. So that is why I am so involved in my community. And I was involved in my community long before I even decided to go into politics.
Okay.
Because it wasn't about me, it was about my community. So that is why I did it, and that's why I continue to do it. Even though I'm running for office right now, I'm running for Philadelphia City Council at large, I am still part of all these boards, all of these community organizations, and I continue to do that work.
Okay, I understand that you spend over 25, you carry 25 years of experience as you work in O'Brien.
Yeah, O'Brien Systems. Yeah,
Yes.
I started right after college. I was going to go to law school, and then I figured out that I did not want to be an attorney. I started work for O'Brien Systems in, going back 1994. So we're coming up on 30 years now, actually. So, and I design and sell high-density storage systems, mostly for museums, for their back-of-house 3D collection stores, their paintings, and their things like that. So yeah, that's what I do to support my family. I work for O'Brien Systems.
Okay, donc I understand that you have a lot of experience. We need people like you, men like you in politics,
Yes.
because you bring experience. So, as a candidate for city council at large, first explain to my people what is a city. Well, what is it? City at large.
Okay.
Council city.
Sure,
at large.
sure. So there are 17 council people in the city of Philadelphia. 10 of those council people are districts. So, for example, I live in the 5th district of Philadelphia. So, Council President Clark is my council person. So, each district has their own individual council person. In addition to those 10, there are 7 at-large city council people. So, we cover the entire city of Philadelphia. So, I'm running for a position that covers the entire city of Philadelphia. I don't cover a specific district. I answer basically to everyone in the city. So, and that's what I would do as a city council person.
Okay, so I understand that as a council at large, you cover the entire city.
Exactly.
So if I'd like to translate that for my people to know, city council at large qui s'allie gagne différents council, concile. But yo même l'autre concile yo chaque couvri yon parti dans Philadelphie. Mais yo même gen 7 là-dedans yo couvri toute city en net, toute ville là. Ça veut dire que quel que soit côté où yo en mesure pour yo aider ou, OK? Yo en mesure pour yo aider ou. So when you become, because I know you're gonna become.
Yes, thank you. Yes.
When you become city at large, what gonna be your duty?
So it's interesting. I ran for the same position in 2019, and I will tell you that what people are talking about when I go out and speak in front of the communities, it's different now than it was then. Then it was, and these are still important issues. People want to talk about education. People want to talk about taxes. People want to talk about poverty. The number one issue that I hear from every single group that I speak in front of are quality of life issues and crime. And quality of life issues is a large umbrella. It goes from someone stealing a roll of toilet paper at a CVS to kids going into a Wawa and destroying it, to illegal ATVs and dirt bikes riding around our city, breaking the laws at every corner. And unfortunately, it goes all the way to things, very serious things, like murder, like the murder of, an example I give, a tragic murder of Nicholas Adizadeh, who was at a football field in Roxborough, and as he was walking off, was shot and killed. So that is, people want to talk about crime, people want to talk about quality of life, because we don't have the same quality of life in this city that we did just 5 years ago. Crime is up. Murders are going to be almost double than they were just 5 years ago. That is the most important issue people want to talk about.
So, if I'm understanding, you're gonna bring a very, very better, I would say, quality of life in our city.
Absolutely.
As that.
Yeah, and we need to do that by going back, and we need to support our police. For years, we vilified our police. We need to go back and support our police. We need to push our district attorney, Larry Krasner, to start prosecuting crimes again. And that's crimes at all level. That doesn't mean we throw someone in jail or incarcerate someone for stealing a roll of toilet paper, but there has to be culpability at every level. You know, smaller crimes, I believe, I call it trickle-up criminality. Smaller crimes will lead to the more serious crimes of murder. When you don't do something when someone steals a roll of toilet paper, or you don't arrest somebody for dealing drugs at the corner of Kensington and Allegheny, these things lead to larger crimes. A lot of the murders that we have in this city are drug related, and that is why we have such a big problem. That's why so many innocent people are getting killed in the crossfire.
Since I know my community, Haitians, they own a lot of properties. They like to own properties in our community. So what can you tell my people about as far as real estate tax? How you're gonna work to maybe help to decrease that to a certain level that people will feel more comfortable?
Absolutely. So I was one of those people. I had a 40% increase just this year in my real estate taxes, and that is completely outrageous. When someone purchases a home, this is what should happen. Someone purchases a home, that should be the actual value of that home. Let's say it's $100,000. That value of that property should only increase by the cost of living, meaning inflation. So normally 2 or 3% a year. But the way the city of Philadelphia does it, if there's are comps in the area that increase that property, that parcel, by double, then they will double the value of that parcel, even though there's so many people on fixed incomes that they don't have the ability to have their taxes doubled. Another thing that we need to look at is the transfer tax. A transfer tax in the collar counties, meaning Bucks County, Montgomery County, their transfer tax is 2%. Ours is 4.28%. Because, and again, 1% goes to the state, and that's the same in the collar counties. Philadelphia adds on another 3.28%. That's a huge barrier to entry to purchasing a home. So if you're in Bucks County and you buy a $100,000 house, you pay $2,000 in closing costs for that specific transfer tax. In Philadelphia, you pay $4,280, and it's completely out of line. We need to, if you want to talk about affordable housing, you need to bring down that transfer tax so it's not a barrier to entry. It needs to, over time, we can't just eliminate it overnight. Over time, we need to bring that down, that transfer tax, closer to 2%. And what we need to do, and when it comes back to the real estate taxes, when the values of these parcels go up so much, there is the ability of city council to change the millage rate so that the rate increase is not as drastic as it was. They chose not to do that this year because commercial property and residential property would, because of a clause in the state of Pennsylvania, they would have to change the millage for both of them. They did not want to do that because they said, oh, well, commercial real estate, we don't want to lower that even if we want to try to help the residents. Well, my thought is let's help both. You know, let's be good for business and be good for people.
Yes.
And let's lower that millage rate so that everyone's rates did not go up drastically. I mean, I'm 40%. I've heard people were even higher than I was. And luckily, I can afford it. There are a lot of people who can't afford that
Yes.
increase.
Technically, nous comprenons que Drew, yon goal li devenu City Council at large, c'est pour li capable attaquer ça real estate tax. Et haïtien nous connaissons pile haïtien dans Philadelphie posséder propre caillou. Donc yo très concerné de taxes y a payé. Donc plan li et pour le s'il te même descendre à 2%. Mais la travaille sur ça pour graduellement pour yo descendre. So I understand that since you cover the entire city, so I believe my people, we have the interest to help you out because you become at a certain level connected to the community. Ed is a great friend of the community, so by Ed, through Ed, now you become our friend. So what can we expect from you when you become city council at large in what we call education? Because we know Haitians mostly are concentrated in the Logan section, Olney section, the Northeast, in those areas. What is your plan for schools in those areas?
Sure. So it starts at a very young age. We need to make sure that our children know how to read and write before they get to kindergarten. So I'm actually in favor of universal pre-K. That's something not many Republicans would say. But even though I'm in favor of universal pre-K, I'm not in favor of the soda tax that funds that. We need a broader based tax base that funds universal pre-K. So that's number one, because if our children don't know how to read and write going into kindergarten, then it's so difficult for them to catch up, right? So that's the first thing we need to do. I want to expand universal pre-K so that every child goes into kindergarten and knows how to read and write. The other thing I support are I support school choice, meaning I support charter schools. Right now, many of our neighborhood and community schools are failing. Now we could put the blame on whomever, but it doesn't matter. That 5-year-old, that 6-year-old who is currently in a failing neighborhood school deserves the option to go to a charter school, a good charter school, so that their zip code where they live does not determine whether or not they get a quality education.
Exactly. That's where I wanted to jump, because I know tax. Usually, the schools, they go by tax. The higher bracket you pay, that's the better school you have. Things like that. So I'm glad that you talk about universal, mostly when they just start. That's when you need to catch the child. So, si je comprends bien, Haïtien, Drew dit un bagage qui est très important, parce que en pile fois yo juger l'école yo par rapport à côté où habiter. Donc plus ou dans un côté où payer plus cob, plus taxe, l'école yo gain plus, yo ba l'école yo plus cob. Mais lui-même il dit que ti moun qui fait cap commencer li believe que yo besoin gagner une sorte de bagage universel, on façon que tout ti moun gagne un bel commencement. Donc I know you have other appointments. I'm not gonna hold you long much. Sure. But one thing that I would like to touch real quick. I know a lot of people drink a lot of soda. But the tax for soda is so high.
Yes.
What do you think you can do for that?
I think we need to get rid of the soda tax. I'll be honest with you. When the soda tax first came out, I support the programs that the soda tax supports, meaning the rebuild program for parks and recreation. I think we need to rebuild a lot of the failing parks and rec centers around the city. Every child in the city within a 5 to 10 minute walk should be able to walk to a park or rec center where there's programming, where they can just go outside and run around. We live in a city, and I believe in that program. I believe in universal pre-K. What I don't believe in is the tax that is used to fund those programs. We can find that money somewhere else. And when the tax first came out, I was actually supportive of it, because I thought it was going to be a couple pennies on top of a soda, on top of a sweetened beverage. That's the one thing too. It's not just soda, it's sweetened beverages.
Yes.
I thought it was going to be a couple pennies. I said, you know what, if they can really do all these things for a couple pennies on a soda, hey, it's not a big deal. The problem is, it wasn't just soda, it's sweetened beverages. It's a huge tax, number two. And another thing I really learned when I ran for city council in 2019, and when I went to a lot of underserved communities, I realized who was paying these taxes. It's not, a lot of times people like me, who I grew up on the main line. I'm on the suburbs all the time. I can buy my soda. I don't do it, but I can buy my soda out there. I have a car. I can jump in my car and cross City Line Avenue to buy my soda, and while I'm there, I can also buy my other groceries.
Yes,
the people in underserved communities who don't have cars, they don't have the ability to do that. So the people we're trying to help, these underserved communities we're trying to help, they actually have most of this tax burden, and that's why it is so unfair. That's why it can't be a targeted tax. These programs need to be funded from a broader tax base, meaning the entire city needs to be funded.
Si je comprends bien, Drew voulait faire comprendre que l'on pas son soda tellement cher parce que yo mettons taxe sur lui. Et nous connaissons dans la communauté, côté moun pauvre yo, le plus souvent c'est là yo chargé taxe à plus. Tandis que dans suburb yo, li pas même gens. Donc il dit que lui-même il était dans le suburb, il chita l'acheter, ben il dit pas faire ça, mais quand même li important pour lui travailler sur lui. So I have, before I let you go, Drew, I know you have a lot on your part right now. What is your position on immigration?
I believe that we need to secure our borders, but we need to invite, like for example, the city of Philadelphia. I would love. We are a city of 1.5 million. We used to be 2 million. I would bring 500,000 immigrants to come to this city, to fill jobs, to be a greater tax base. But people need to come to this country and this city legally. And that's another reason why, when we talk about Sanctuary City, people do ask me about Sanctuary City. It is a decision that is purely by the mayor, but I don't believe in sanctuary cities, because I think if there is someone who is arrested and they do not, and they are not turned over to Homeland Security by the city of Philadelphia, that person could be a danger. It may or may not be, but we need to work with the federal government, and we need to do things in a legal way.
So,
I support legal immigration, I guess.
So as far as I know, a lot of Haitians come to Philadelphia, come to United States, they overstay. Okay, they overstay. What do you think about those?
I think we need to find a path to citizenship for those people who come to our nation. Look, they come for a reason. It's the greatest nation in the world, in my opinion. And they come to the city of Philadelphia because it's a great city. Even though I think we're in tough times now, it is a great city. We need to find a path to citizenship for the people who want to come to our nation.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking to Drew. We are almost done. And I would like you, Haitians, ou même kap tande nou, tande sa l di, li parle de immigration, li fait konnen que li même li un moun ki vini deja, ki deja la yo, li encourager pour ta gon façon pour yo aider yo, pour yo capable joindre avec pour yo vin légal. Donc li pas d'accord avec moun juste envahi illégalement vin dans pays hein, mais quand même li pas un moun qui rigide sous en question de immigration, li croit que son grand pays, donc tout le monde a remis vin là-dedans. Donc Drew, if we would like to what is your position in pro-choice or pro-life?
I'm pro-life.
You pro-life?
Yes.
Okay. So even when the in case of rape or incest, whatever.
So my position is, if the life of the mother is in danger, truly in danger, then I don't even consider that an abortion. If there's an ectopic pregnancy, then both the baby and the mother are going to die. So I don't consider that an abortion. So no, we need to save the mother. Now, when it comes to rape, I'm very torn on that, because I believe that the baby is a baby at conception. So what is the right answer? And this is something I'm just very honest with you. I don't know the right answer there. I think only maybe God knows that answer, because the baby, in my opinion, is still alive. But how do I ask a woman who was raped to carry that baby for 9 months? I don't know if I know that answer. I'll just be very honest with you. It's a very challenging issue.
Drew, to tell you the truth, I love the way you answer it. You have your philosophy, but you understand the reality.
It's a very complex issue.
Ladies and gentlemen, Drew is the right person for us. Donc, Haïtien, monsieur, li pas fini de participer dans le mouvement abortion. Mais, li dit que le comprendre, même si il y a position, mais il y a des situations, lui-même, il n'est pas capable de décider, c'est seulement bon Dieu qui ça pour faire. Drew, if I didn't ask you, I'm going to give you the opportunity. Anything I didn't ask you, tell my people, and they will decide.
Sure.
Anything.
So I just want to say, look at the work I've done in my own community, and this is something I want to take from my community to City Hall. I worked very hard in my community for many years, even before I decided to be a politician. So it wasn't about me. And people ask me, say, Drew, why didn't I see you taking pictures of yourself cleaning parks 10 years ago? Because I said, I was the one taking the picture. That's why I was not in the picture, because it was never about me. Now I hate it, but now I have to be in front of the camera taking pictures. So I tell people that I do live my life as a man for others. When I get to City Hall, I'm going to work my tail off every single day to make this city a better place. I'm going to have the best constituent services in City Hall. If you need something, you call me, you call my people, and we will make sure it gets done.
Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for giving us the opportunity to have you with us. And we think also they can add to who has really given us the opportunity to have Drew with us. And if you ever need any connection, we know Ed. Ed is there to help, and we definitely with you. And we're gonna Haïtien, nous t'aimer ou comprendre, ou comprendre et pour marcher. Est-ce que il y a un phone number ou bien un bagage si on t'a besoin et OK, aide ces connexions non. D'ailleurs, aide ces connexions non. So, thank you very much. C'était avec nous Drew Murray, un grand homme qui pralé comme city at large. Donc Haïtien, ou t'as tout ça le dit, ou a décidé. November 8, tout le monde allez voter. Allez voter, number 11, pas
211. 211. 211.
Même l'autre oublié non. OK? On peut peut-être nous dit. But when you don't remember the name, but remember the number. 211. 211. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. C'était avec nous votre serviteur, votre ami, ministre Emmanuel Polection. Merci Ed, Deacon Ed. Et aussi nous avons notre grande personnalité avec nous tous. C'est Pasteur Phil qui est dans le studio avec nous. Pasteur Phil, thank you so much. Bon Dieu béni nous. Merci, à la prochaine.